Hi, welcome back to the Craig Carton Show. Little podcast note for you. We did a exclusive sit-down with my main gal right there. You see Jillian Michaels, health and wellness powerhouse, sat down with us, and it's a podcast exclusive talking about how she got the Biggest Loser job, her baseball fandom with her wife and her kids battling in the house between the Yankees and Dodgers. Does she eat pizza? She does. And should I eat my chicken? She doesn't think I should. Well, listen to all of it. It was a great time, and she's now a friend for life. That's Jillian Michaels, a podcast exclusive, so go wherever you get your podcast and download the Craig Carton Show. Make sure you listen in. It was a lot of fun meeting her, and she exceeded all expectations I had. Very nice gal, and it was cool to meet her and have her on the podcast. I don't want to do the whole show on Nico Harrison. Although we're huge in Dallas, they tell me. If you are just tuning in, Nico Harrison is being Joe Pesci'd right now in a meeting with the Adelson family, that they are the owners of the Dallas Mavericks. They bought the team, as you know, from Mark Cuban. A guy named Patrick Dumont, who's the Adelson son-in-law, is the governor and the czar of all things Mavericks basketball. He's had a hard-on for Luka Doncic from day one. That's no secret. Everybody knows that. Talked about Luka being out of shape and nagging injuries and not being respectful of the money he earns and being the face of the franchise. But it really came down to money. It came down to the fact that the Adelson family did not want to give Luka Doncic a 5-year, $345 million extension, and that's what he was up for. So they told Nico Harrison, do what you got to do, get rid of Luka, and we'll move forward without him.
And that's the problem. And that's why, if everything you said is true, fine.
Yep.
Nico's ass had to go mandatorily because he made a bad trade. He could have called 29 teams, opened it up, and there would have absolutely been a bidding war. He, and only he, who also did not like Luka, who told all the Nike people who he worked with for years that he did not like Luka as well, and he called one team and made a bad deal. His job was to make a trade, not to make a bad trade. Okay. And when you make a trade that bad, you got to get fired. He had to go. In fact, this firing is late. He should have been fired last year.
I mean, look, Luka Doncic and the Lakers did absolutely nothing last year, so it wasn't like the Lakers had some great run.
But you can't make trades like that, though. You base trades on logic.
Luka's been great thus far this year. I said that. I'm with you on that. And the one thing I will agree with you on, if you do have orders from the owner to trade a player, and I'm telling you that's not up for debate, that's what happened.
Fine.
I'm with you on that one aspect of it. Then it's your job to reach out to every other team, because if every other team was aware that Luka Doncic at 25 years old, one of the great scorers already in the history of basketball, was now available, you did have a duty to the Mavericks franchise to shop him, to find out what other teams were willing to offer. Now, I get the other part of it, too, and that is you didn't want people to know you were doing it. You didn't want Luka to find out you were doing it. You certainly didn't want Mavericks fans to find out. And once a second, third, fourth, fifth, 20th team is now aware that Luka's being shopped, that becomes a story because everybody's got loose lips, and then you're in trouble. Then it's almost impossible to trade him, and your fan base turns on you, which they did anyway. I will agree with you that by default, there had to be a better offer on the table. They had to insist, for example, why not get Austin Reeves in that trade? You think the Lakers were really going to say, well, we want Luka Doncic, but we're not willing to give you AD and Austin Reeves?
It's a no-brainer.
Of course they would have said yes.
Where were the first-round picks? So, get a third team involved and get multiple first-round picks.
I'm with you on that.
Nico made a bad trade. Therefore, right or wrong, Nico had to go.
Again, I'm not
made a bad deal.
I'm not going to argue with you on that. Look, history will ultimately prove, did the Lakers benefit from it or not? And we'll find out if the Mavericks are ever healthy, what they can do. I cannot argue that. I'm not going to push back on that at all. The only caveat I will tell you, and as a basketball aficionado and the guy that you agree knows more hoops than anyone with a microphone in front of their face.
I've never said that.
You told me that before the show.
I've never said that.
So I'm going with it. The only guy that knows more hoops is Basketball Jones, but he's working at Major League Baseball right now, so I can't call him and interrupt his day with a basketball question, okay? Here's the deal. When Anthony Davis, when Lively, when Gafford, when Kyrie finally get on a court together with the kid, Cooper Flag. You cannot tell me that's not a good basketball team.
I absolutely can for this reason. When you make a trade like that,
know basketball.
Here's why. Yes, it's a fine team with a short window. With Luka, your championship window is large. No,
we
the
didn't talk
point
about
is,
window. I said very clearly that team went healthy. That is a top 3 team in the West.
the top 3 team in the West. What does that get you?
That gets you to the Western Conference Finals.
No, not top 3 does it.
Yeah, it does.
Second gets you there. Top 3 doesn't do a damn thing for you.
Gets you. You're right in.
This was horrendous trade, and your window got smaller. So you can't say, "Oh, what do the Lakers do now?" Because the Luka window's really big.
Well,
because
we're gonna find
he's
out,
young.
though, aren't we?
It's a long window, though.
Right now, the Lakers look like they're pretty good.
Your Kyrie AD window, very small. You couldn't climb through that window. Okay, you'd have to find somebody about 6 years old to climb through that window. It's small as hell.
I've been stretching.
You can't fit through that window. The Lakers window, everybody can stretch out and get into, and that's why.
Anyhow, so the Nico Harrison era is over, but do not lose sight of the why part of this. It's really a fascinating story. They basically, he's their Lee Harvey Oswald, man. They threw that dude under the bus. They backed the bus up. They went forward. They backed it up again. And all they kept saying was, did you just hear something? Did we go over something? We drive. Did we go backwards? Let me see if we drove over something. Go forward. That body's battered and bruised. I just hope that Nico Harrison has a decent out clause like a college football coach.
Yeah, get some money.
That's all.
You could go back to Nike.
While we're on the NBA, I got 1 minute left anyway. We'll get to last night's football game right after this for sure. And the Giants situation, keeping the GM and getting rid of the head coach and Brian Dable. LeBron James, big announcement. LeBron James. I know this is going to piss my main man Jamie Foxx off. Because Jamie comments on everything I say about LeBron. I invited him to have drinks with me in LA this weekend, where I'm going to be. Hasn't responded just yet. LeBron James really does love his son. I give him that. He really does. It was announced late yesterday that LeBron James is going to play a couple G League games.
Well, get back.
That's the only shot he's got of playing with his son. So
that's cold.
I respect it as a dad. I do respect that. He's going to the G League so that he and Bronny can actually play basketball together. I cannot wait to see how he makes the South Bay Lakers worse than they are right now. But LeBron's coming back. That means by December 1, he'll be back in a Laker jersey. NFL football coming up right after this. Come on, everybody.